Today we will take a look at the HTC 10 camera. I've tested many newest flagship smartphones, including Samsung Galaxy S8, S9, iPhone 8, so in this video I will share my opinion about how it compares to all of those new phones. I will also talk about all the things that I liked and things that I didn't like in this camera. HTC 10 camera has Ultrapixel technology, 12 megapixel sensor with f1.8 lens, which is not very impressive specs on paper nowadays, but not the worst also, pretty average. When it came out in 2016, many reviewers said that HTC finally got closer to its rivals in terms of camera, but still didn't convince most of the people with its quality. There wasn't many innovations, just properly made smartphone camera at the time. Now, in 2018, this phone has latest Android 8.0, so all the camera software updates which could change something are installed. Autofocus in this phone is assisted with use of laser. I have mixed feelings about its performance. Sometimes autofocus is fast and I cannot complain, but sometimes it's doing weird things. I can't get it to focus on some closer object, for example, or it just focus in and out in video. Standard autofocus, which I have in my Galaxy S6, is a little bit more predictable, but honestly it's something that I can live with. More of a problem for me is minimum focus distance. You can't make as cool macro shots like in all the other phones, iPhones and Samsung Galaxy. It has crazy far focus distance, which was quite a disappointment for me, because I like to shoot close-up of flowers and macro capability is very important to me. In terms of picture quality, this phone was little surprise to me after testing all of those new devices and daily using my Galaxy S6. I'm used to very saturated look and slightly digitally sharpened image. HTC 10, however, offers slightly different quality. It's more balanced and has that more of a natural look to it. I have to say I liked its color accuracy and provided level of detail. There is less software processing with that characteristic digital sharpening found on my Galaxy S6, for example. What's visible is all the details that this sensor is capable of reproducing. Photos have a lot of details. In this aspect, HTC phone can easily compete with today's smartphone cameras, probably thanks to its bigger pixels. Another interesting subject is that this phone has less noise and artifacts typical for most smaller sensor cameras. Colors are looking wonderful and natural. Color differences and nuances are also not bad, but cannot match newest flagships. But there is a problem in terms of dynamic range, not its colors. Unfortunately, it has biggest edge distortions that I've seen on smartphone camera. Its optics are to blame, I think. Biggest difference between this camera and latest flagship cameras like Galaxy S9 or iPhone 8 is in dynamic range. In all of those new phones, HDR is working so fast like it's matter of milliseconds, and result is extremely intense. Sometimes it looks unrealistic, but most of the time it's really handy. In this HTC, HDR is even more subtle and takes more time to process than in my 3 years old Samsung Galaxy S6, but still provides acceptable results. I just wish it could be a little bit faster. Depth of field is also a little bit suspect. It's kind of small and blurred background often looks milky and not that impressive, but that may be due to the disappointing focus distance and edge distortions. Low light performance is decent. Noise reduction algorithm isn't very harsh and doesn't generate some weird artifacts. It's kind of subtle again. I mostly liked its colors. They are again very natural and balanced without weird color tones. Its optical stabilization and bigger pixels does the job. 4K videos taken with HTC 10 have a lot of details and they are sharp. I liked overall look. It's again more neutral and not as oversaturated and over-sharpened like videos from Samsung phones. Just like in photos, dynamic range could be better. It isn't as nice like in Galaxy S9 or S8. However, it's not perfect for every scenario. Video quality looks very good, mainly when you hold camera steady. In motion, video quality unfortunately gets worse. There are little artifacts visible when moving. I will quickly pause video so you can see that. Stabilization in video is working poorly. Also, exposure control is very, I would say, nervous, constantly changing something with slight movement of the phone. Another thing is that camera sometimes misfocus. Outcome is that in comparison with, for example, Galaxy S8, HTC 10 footage looks like it's recorded with lower frame rate. In terms of video recording, this phone seriously can compete with today's flagship, which by the way don't impress me with their video quality, but in my opinion mainly with use of gimbal or tripod. With that, you will get very satisfying quality, plenty of details. Overall, I'm happy that I had opportunity to test this HTC 10. It's by far not bad camera at all. Even today it still has potential. What I like the most is how the camera is different from other phones, mainly its color accuracy. I think in this department it's even better than some newer smartphones, but that comes to personal preference. Few people may prefer this kind of results, few opposite. Sharpness and level of detail is on par with today's smartphones, just that edge distortions and macro focus distance make camera worse than it could be, but still, HTC 10 has great camera even now. Thank you all for watching. Tell me if you like this video by rating it. And subscribe if you like my content. See you!